I don't know. You guys are going to have to tell me if this microphone is working. I am ThreePlusKei. I'm here to encourage you to pursue the smile by prioritizing the Lord, your physical health, and persistent education. And this space right here is called the Secret Heart Club. And the space is for the oddball Christians and the Christ curious community to ask your questions, talk about the Lord. All right. And it's called the Secret Heart Club. And there's a song I do not have. Hold on a second. I've got the ukulele. We can kind of do this right quick. All right. Here we go. There's a ditty. Welcome. All right, just bear with me. Welcome to the Secret Heart Club. Everyone does a part to bring love, be loved. Hey, we love Jesus at the Secret Heart Club. All right. There is that. We've got a couple of things that we are doing today. All right. PursueTheSmile.com is going in store. All right. Stormy Shop is where you can find Pursue the Smile gear. So what we need to do is fill this, not one, but there's 1, 2, 3. We need to fill this with folded t-shirts. And so that's what we're going to be doing and I think it's more time consuming than I would like it to be. You'll have to forgive me because the camera is all the way over there. So I can't necessarily see what you might be saying, but we'll thug it out together. Again, PursueTheSmile.com is going to be in one store, Stormy Shop, and I'm really excited. I sent a text to everyone I know. Does anybody have shelving or cases? And shout out to my girl, Joshly. Joshly came through with a 1, 2, 3 bamboo shelf. Super pleased with her regarding that. And so what we need to do is fold a small, medium, large, extra large, and extra, extra large in each color. Pursue the Smile. The t-shirts come in heather gray, raspberry, mustard, and ocean blue. So I'm doing far too much talking even at this point. And I need to get folding because I would like to wrap this whole thing up by 7:30. Behind here, you can't see the totality of it, but this is my warehouse. So we are doing this. You know what? I need a napkin or something. Some kind of something. Get a little paper towel action kind of going on. Also, what I would like to do today, the OGs know what I'm talking about. I would like to set up StreamYard. If you guys don't know what StreamYard is, think of it as kind of like Zoom, where multiple people can interact. So right now, you guys are Right now, I wish I knew how to fold t-shirts. I don't know how to fold a t-shirt. Here we go. Do a little boop-de-boop like so. How you guys are watching me right now, instead, we would be able to just have a conversation together. So instead of me even like kind of carrying this thing as I am right now, you guys would be able to talk with one another, interact with one another. And I think that's especially cool for the Secret Heart Club members that are regulars. We're going to get a gold next. We need a small gold. Excuse me, small mustard. So we're going to get these shirts folded, and then we're going to hop on StreamYard. What would be helpful for anybody watching to download StreamYard, because I can't do it by myself. I need your help. So if somebody could kindly download StreamYard, so when we're ready to test it, we could just do that very quickly. There we go. And I really want to jump in. I was saying the other day, I started at the beginning of the year doing really well with Pursue the Smile. Everyone always asks about revenue and this type of thing. And we started out well, and then we had tech issues. Guys, I'm a whole social worker. I don't know how to operate a website, and I did it by myself. And I'm going to make sure, can you guys tell me if the microphone is working? It is. I'm going to go see what you guys are saying here in a second. Oh, here's all. For some reason, these aren't where they're supposed to be. Let's get a Heather Gray Pursue the Smile shirt. The shirt, you can look at really any of my content. This is Pursue the Smile. Oh, let's see here. Hi, Ramster. I just wanted to stop by and say hi before I go. Hello. Bye. Hi, Just KT. Yes, I am selling it. These are on the website right now, PursueTheSmile.com. In mustard, heather gray, raspberry, and ocean blue. There are also stickers and chapstick, although it's better than chapstick. It's actually all natural lip moisturizer. But yeah, you can get them on PursueTheSmile.com. And I'm kind of waiting for some OGs to come through, but Just KT, let me know what you think. So I really like sweets. I have a really bad sweet tooth. And my friend was like, you should try not eating ice cream for a month. And I thought about it and I was like, oh my gosh, that's a very long time for someone like me to not eat ice cream. And for context, I eat ice cream every day. Every single day, I go buy ice cream and I eat it. And so one thing I thought was maybe I could go for 15 days. And if I go for, this is the raspberry, if I go for 15 days without ice cream, I'll give everybody who comes to the Secret Heart Club a discount code. But I think if I wasn't eating ice cream, I would be eating cupcakes or cookies. So really it has to be all sweets. But I'm a crafty little guy. And I thought to myself, well, I could eat croissants or I could eat Danishes if I wasn't eating cookies and cupcakes. You see how wicked the mind can be? All right. We got the first batch. Here we are, guys. Oh, but you know what? You can't see it. Oh, that's because here you go. Pursue the smile. Take the ukulele out the way. And maybe put it a little bit like this. Also tomorrow, I gotta stay with the same. So now we're doing mediums in blue. That's a large. We got our smalls. The smalls don't really sell that well. Probably because everybody's overweight. Uh-oh. I don't have a medium. Oh, I got a medium. Tomorrow I will be interviewing my neighbor James for entering the chat. What do you think about Jesus? James is a Catholic veteran, and I think he's new to town. And I'm really excited because I love our veterans. And James is very, very like friendly and charismatic. And so we became fast friends. Hi, Nicole. Hi, Nicole. Yeah, we became fast friends. And so I will be interviewing him tomorrow. And that will be exciting. Is this a medium? This is a medium. We have a medium. And then finally, I just wanted to ask you guys how are you doing? What's your weekend been like? You guys have any plans this week coming up? You know, something that's been on my mind, I was doing a live stream about a month ago, and these Mormon guys, 3 elders, came to my door while I was doing the live stream. And so I interviewed them a little bit on the live stream, and then I asked if I could interview them for entering the chat. What do you think about Jesus? And so I believe they are the October episode. You'll have to check in the playlist when their episode is airing. Oh, I need mustard. Mustard! Sorry, that was just probably unnecessary, but that's what happened. Small, medium, uh-oh. Do we not have any? I think we don't have any medium. We don't have any medium golds. Yeah. Praise God. We sold out of them. Sold out of the medium golds. I need to put that on the website. Praise God for that. All right. Well, we need a medium raspberry. Here we go. And just to show you guys again, Nicole says, how are you? I am good. These are on the website, PursueTheSmile.com. And soon to be in Stormy's shop. And then shout out to Stormy. I'm going to start pursuing other partnerships. Maybe see if I can do some collaborations with food trucks next year. Pursue the Smile shirts with food trucks. We'll have to see. But yeah, so I interviewed the Mormons with the question, what do you think about Jesus? And it went very, very well. And then they followed up. They texted me and I have to text them back. They said, oh, let us know if you have any questions. And I thought to myself, oh, yeah, for sure. Like I have, a lot of questions. I don't know anything about, here's the next batch, mediums. I don't know anything about you Mormons really besides what I asked you. But here's the thing. While I'm, and you guys do whatever makes the most sense for you, obviously, I need a large blue. I need a large blue. Here we go. There you go. Pursue the Smile. So on PursueTheSmile.com. If I were to learn more about Mormon culture or Mormon religion, exactly from the Mormons, I would have an understanding prior to sitting down with them that they are attempting to convert me, which, I ain't scared. But here's my thing. I think there is a lot of wisdom, and I certainly would not sit down with somebody from a different religion that I know is going to try to sway me from Christ. I would not do that without immediately having someone in the background that I could verify extra information. So let's say, and I don't know if this is the case, right? But let's say they said Jesus is not God, and then they have this claim and in scripture and blah, 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 and they said all this. What I would want for myself and for anybody is that you could immediately turn around and have someone to have a conversation with in your church, right? That you could be like, hey, the Mormons said that Jesus isn't God. So, and they provided this scripture. Could we talk about that? I think that is very, very important. And it's almost a hope, and not against Mormons, but like any religion trying to sway you from Christ is hoping that you don't check or verify, or, you know what I mean? That makes the whole process a lot easier, doesn't it? So I don't want that for me. And I'm church shopping right now, although very loosely. I've been going to the same church for about a year. So it might seem like, I'm sure to somebody, they're like, oh, why don't you just put a ring on it? Like you're already going. And I think just because you're in a location, we need Heather Gray large. Just because you're in a location, as in like you're going to this church, to just accept that as your church now because you've been going there. It's like you're there by proximity without really studying it. And, you know, and I kind of think to myself, the way I've kind of described is like, I want a church where I could kind of like be myself. And by be myself, I mean that as like, when you think of conservative Christian woman, I am fully aware of I'm not who you think of, right? And it's not a matter of what people think or what have you. It's a matter of being rejected or alienated for not fitting the mold. And I know, kind of like work culture, churches have a certain culture too. Like, I visited a church. I was just saying to a friend, I visited a church, their 6 p.m. service on a Sunday, and the women were all wearing dresses. And so I've been to churches like I belong to a church like that in Florida. And what it was is that people came from so far away. Here we've got a large raspberry. People came from so far away that they would come for the morning service and then stay all day until the 6 p.m. service. And so that's why the women and men were still in church wear. Whereas me, and when I lived in Florida, I lived just down the street. So I would come back in like sweatpants or whatever at 6 o'clock at night. You know what I mean? So like, I get it. But for context, the church I've been going to for a year, Sunday mornings, right? You've got guys in full suits. I live in Montana, so like you've got guys in cowboy hats. You've got guys in jeans. You've got guys in chains and baseball caps, right? And likewise, you have every version of woman as well. So, I mean, really, if I chose to, and I don't know if you guys are understanding what I'm saying, but if I'm the type of woman, like sometimes I wear a dress, but I wear a dress because I feel like it, not because I feel like it's proper. Does that make sense? Like, I'll wear a dress because I want to turn up a little bit. I want to be a little cute, you know? And then sometimes I don't. Sometimes I want to wear sweatpants, you know? So I don't know. I want to find a church so that I can dig. What are we looking for? We're at XL. XL what? XL blue. XL blue. Got our larges. More larges. We got an XL. We got an XL, baby. Woohoo! Okay. All right. This is the ocean blue. Pursue the Smile. But yeah, now more than ever, and I'll tell you this too. Something that's also important to me in a church is that there is more than a Sunday service. Because sometimes I'm not coming to the Sunday service for a number of reasons, right? I don't know. I was kind of thinking like, there's a church out here called Outdoorsman Church or something. That sounds about right. I'm not an outdoorsy person, but I like certain Montana type activities. Like I could be into it. No one's taken me, you know. Like I would go four-wheeling in a heartbeat, but no one has taken me. So, and I would go fish. Well, I would go fishing from from the shore. I would go fishing from the shore. What's the next color? We need extra large mustard. Mustard. Okay, let's see what we've got here. All right, move this kind of like this. Do one of these for the one time. Yeah, so that's a thought on my mind. I don't think it's a good thing to like. Here's one thing that would be my preference. I would have a preference toward just attending an online church and letting that be that. If I thought that that is what the Lord would approve of, I would do that. That would be my preference. Because I'm not really, like, as outgoing as I am, I'm not really a big fan of having, like, a lot of people around me. Like, I don't go to concerts or comedy shows or bars or, do you know what I mean? Like, I'm not really the type to be, I'm not outside. You can put it that way. I'm not outside like that. And I don't know if you hear my heart, but like that extends to church too. Like I'm not really like, I don't want to be really ever where there's a lot of people. I don't know how much. Oh, sorry. Hold on. My mom's talking about getting a duplex. I tell you what, you know how I tell people all the time, I have a friend. So I'm 42 now. I'm 42. And I have a friend, childhood friend, we're the same age, and she still lives with her parents. And she feels so bad about it. And I'm like, I wish I got along with my family, or they didn't have animals or whatever, like, or children to disrupt my peace. I wish I had family that I could live with at a reduced cost, because the rent be renting and the mortgage be mortgaging. You know what I mean? We're all out here starting side businesses and Ubers and babysitting and dog walking. Even if you own what you have, You're like, it's a whole hot mess. We need a gray extra large. It's a whole hot mess out in these streets. I just redid my budget last spring. I do an annual budget every year, which I recommend to you guys too, a zero budget. I had to rework my budget last spring in the middle of the year because what I had budgeted for had increased by $500 in a matter of 5 months. And then I just redid my budget at the beginning of this week on Monday, and my budget increased by $1,000 per month. That's why I tell I'm broke. Don't ask me for nothing. Don't believe. You see the people. Here's a fact for you. If you ever think like, oh, they have something that I don't have, 78%. You know how much that is? 78% of new cars that drive off the lot are leased. That means rented. That means rented. 78%. So when you see these, I didn't know that before. I used to make fun of people with Broncos because I was like, why would you want a vehicle that literally everybody else has? Like, why would that be cute? I mean, I guess some people have a trendy mindset. They want to be doing what everybody else is doing. We're going to do a extra large raspberry. Some people want to be in the mix and doing what other people are doing. Couldn't be me. And then to find out that 78% of those Broncos aren't even owned, bro, get out of my face. You have got to be kidding. And even when you own your home, for those of you that rent, did you still don't even own your home? Oh, you don't own your home. It's the worst. I know very few people. I would say the bulk of my friends, most of my friends are either social workers or entrepreneurs. Social workers can kind of get by if you're in private practice. Medicaid, you can bill Medicaid at $175 per hour. So if you're single, you don't have any kids or nothing, you know, you could make a nice little living while you're at it. But you need to get your MSW. So that's going to put you roughly $100,000 to $125,000 in debt. And then you do 2 years of licensing. And then you got to find your clientele. And then you got to figure out what works for you. Because maybe you don't want to work with those schizophrenic people. You know, maybe you just want to work with couples. Or maybe you don't want to work with them kids and you want to work with the teenagers. Or maybe you want to work with reunification or something like that. You know what I mean? All right, we have our extra larges. Extra larges. All we have left is extra, extra large. What's the first color? I think it's blue. Yep. First color, extra, extra large. 2XL, baby. Let's see here. Whew. We did it. We done did it. We done diddly. Done diddly illy. There we go. And then we have Pursue the Smile at PursueTheSmile.com. Here we go. All right. But yeah, what I'm saying is if my mom were to buy a duplex in our hometown, I'm going to leave this city. Because you get sick of the, you get tired of it. Montana, I live in Montana currently, and it is very beautiful here. When people ask me why I live here, it's because people come on vacation here. People spend a lot of money to come here to spend a couple of weeks. And I get to live here. And then on top of that, right, because more people are starting to move here and it's driving up all the prices. But because I am a social worker, the type of service that I provide is like anybody, like you could be private pay or Medicaid or whatever you're trying to do. The type of clients I have, which are like kids with behavioral disorders, everybody has kids like that. So my job is pretty, I don't want to say secure, but kids are gonna be kidding no matter where you go. So I think it's a blessing that I'm in the field that I'm in. But you can imagine it's not very diverse here. What color am I looking for? And that generally doesn't bother me. Gold. Yeah, in general, it doesn't really bother me at all. But where I grew up was right outside of Chicago, and it's just like super, super diverse. So when you're talking about like different foods and different cultures, and like it's just so rich. And then because it's the suburbs, you kind of get the best of both worlds of like the cities right there, which I was never a city person, never a city girl, not into it. Because again, I don't like all these people around me. Get from up around me. I remember when I was in California, I met a guy and we were like kind of vibing or whatever. And we get on a bus together and he's trying to sit like right next to me. And I moved and he was like, "Why did you move?" I'm like, why do you want to be hugged up with me, sir? I feel that way when people are just walking too close. Why are you walking so close? Why are you breathing on me? Or you're at the, I know this sounds so petty. This is not, I don't know how Christian or unchristian this is, but you have people behind you in the grocery store and they're like right there. And it's like, ma'am, I don't know you like that for you to be. So that's a me problem. But it's exactly why I don't need to be in a big city. Because there's people everywhere. It's nobody's fault. It's a me problem. But I'm the type of person like when the person is too close to me in the grocery store, I'll look at them. I'll give them a look. I won't say anything because like, what's the point of being dramatic about it? But I'll definitely kind of, you know what I mean? You kind of do like back up off me. We need, what do we need? A 2XL 2XL gray. We're almost done, and then we're going to wrap this thing up, guys. I wanted to do StreamYard, but we're going to have to do StreamYard another day. Pursue the Smile at PursueTheSmile.com. Yeah, I would like to do a promo around sweets. I would have to do it tonight. I'm slacking. I don't even have a video to release tomorrow. Actually, if I know me, I do have a video to release tomorrow. For those of you who want to be content creators, I want to give you some advice. You want to batch your videos. And I'm not the best at it, but if I see, so Pursue the Smile, we're encouraging you to prioritize the Lord, your physical health, and persistent education. So if I'm doing really anything regarding these subjects or priorities, principles of good health, if I'm doing any of it, I try to record what I'm doing. Even if I'm taking like a little hike, I try to go live or something like that. All right. Last one. We've got a raspberry. We've got a raspberry 2XL. And then we're going to wrap this thing up. It's really hot. It's hot. You know, funny, I was telling my friend, I've been so upset every morning because it's the time of the year where it's like in the 70s. I don't know, it's probably like in the 60s right now. And then, look. Look at that. Should this be a free shirt to somebody? Should we give this away? We should give this away. All right. Yeah, I should have done the promo. Tomorrow is the 15th. We could still do it. You know what I'm saying? I need a vacation. Y'all need a vacation? I don't even know what that would look like at this point. You know what I mean? Like sometimes you want like a home girl and you guys go, you know what I like? It's like, I'll just go to a different county, a little Airbnb, you know, just another city. You're new in town, you know, go get you some food that you wouldn't have eaten before. Except, and that's kind of my point, you can't get food you haven't eaten before in Montana because all the food is very similar. So maybe I do need to go somewhere, see something, be a part of something new. It seems like that's what needs to happen. All right. We got these. We got these. And then we put it up like this. And then we put them down here like so. And yeah, we got it done. All right, guys, I'm gonna get up out of here. Tomorrow again will be the behind the scenes of entering the chat. What do you think about Jesus? And I'll be interviewing a Catholic veteran. If you guys watch it, if you guys watch the playlist or the podcast, entering the chat, what do you think about Jesus? And you dig it, and you think, hey, I might like to be interviewed. I'm an interesting person. Let me know. You can find me. You can find me, email. You probably find my phone number somewhere. Get a hold of me. I would love to come interview you as well. Thanks for hanging out with me, and stay tuned for the video tomorrow with Stormy at Stormy's shop. I am 3+Kei. I'm here to encourage you to pursue the smile by prioritizing the Lord, your physical health, and persistent education. And I'll see you guys tomorrow, 7 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. Talk to you later.